This was taken from Phoenix, Arizona. Check out this video. Dust and thunderstorms rolled in to the state last night. This is video giving you a sense of what it looked like in Phoenix. You know, this is kind of crazy. Have you ever experienced a monsoon?
I have. So this is a haboob, a dust storm.
Oh, a haboob.
It's called a haboob, H-A-B-O-O-B, or a dust storm, and it comes in very quickly. They can be so dangerous because they come on quickly, and when it comes to visibility, that makes driving extremely difficult. Look at that.
Yes. Okay, so this is called a haboob. What we're seeing right there, that's a haboob.
Yes.
So years ago, I was heading to Phoenix for a job interview, and we were getting ready to land. We were descending, and the pilot came on saying that we had to circle because of this dust storm. And it lasted so long that we actually had to go to Vegas to refuel.
Wow.
And then go back to Phoenix. I ended up getting in at like, I don't know, 1 a.m. And it was a very fast, very fast stay in Phoenix, but it was wild. It was wild.
It's wild, and this is the time of year where we see a lot of dust storms there, and it's all because of the monsoon. So I'm going to start by explaining a dust storm because it's all fueled from thunderstorms. They typically this is the season where they get thunderstorms. So you have the strong winds coming down from the thunderstorm. Remember, Four Corners area, desert. You've got a lot of dirt, you've got dry ground. And so the winds are gonna pick up the dust. So it creates a wall of dust and debris. And then once it moves in, it quickly reduces visibility.
Visibility is shot.
Travel issues, also health issues for people with respiratory problems.
Vulnerabilities,
and even healthy people.
Breathing this in is not fun.
This is not good. Causes a lot of problems for planes as well. So monsoon, do you understand why we get all of these storms really only in the summertime?
We don't here in Texas.
We do, the collective we in the Southwest.
No, I'm assuming it's from the moisture coming up from the south.
Yes, the moisture and the winds. So it's actually really cool. It all makes total sense. So there's two different patterns here. You have the pattern in the summertime, and you have it in the winter. So in the summertime, the ocean water, that's gonna be cooler than the land temperature. So you have the cool air sinking over the water here, and then as it moves its way on shore, that's going to be adding moisture to it. So it's picking up some of the moisture from the ocean, and then it moves onto the land where it's much warmer. That forces the air to rise, and it has moisture in there. So this is why we start getting all of the rain on shore. This is the monsoon pattern here in the summertime. And so this is why we get all those storms. The issue is in the wintertime, it's the exact opposite. The land is cooler than the ocean water. Because of this, you get the sinking air on the land in the Four Corners. The dry air moves over the water. We end up seeing the rising motion happening over the water. So we actually end up seeing a lot of storms over the water during the winter time.
Versus the land.
But that's the issue there, is that they rely on these storms in the summertime because this is when they get all of their rainfall. And it's all tied together.
Fascinating. For those of you listening right now, you can check science class off your list for the day because we have instructor Caroline Brown with us. This was fascinating. This is very enlightening.
It's cool, and it's the thing that I love about meteorology is a lot of our concepts are simple. As long as you know the basic. Warm air rises, cold air sinks. Everything kind of comes together.
And when you see it in your graphics, it makes
much more sense. It's just the loop. The question is the land going to be warmer or cooler than the ocean? And that's going to make a wind shift throughout the year. We don't really have that here. Here we consistently get that Gulf flow, except for today, which is why we're so nice and pleasant.